Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading, and I just want to chat about there are no Forex trade setups. You constantly see videos of traders claiming that they have all these setups. This is this kind of setup and this is that kind of setup. They are non-existent, and if you try to emulate those, you're going to fail because you're not dealing with the key issue, which is you need to learn how to trade without looking at somebody else's template as to how they trade, because how we trade is different. What we trade is the same thing, and that's the advantage that we have in trading markets, is that we understand the trading process itself, and that is exclusive of worrying about setups. There are no Forex trade setups. There are only conditions where you as the trader need to be prepared, that is, set up, to take advantage of those conditions. But the conditions too often are misinterpreted as setups. Let's go into a little bit more detail here. Maybe an example, perhaps a weak one here, would be something that perhaps you're all familiar with, is the engulfing candle pattern. So what that means is that you're watching your charts for this engulfing candle pattern to occur, or a head and shoulders. That might be a little bit more common in what you're doing. There are literally dozens of these, well, they're actually more defined as patterns, but they're used as setups. The rationale is, for example, a head and shoulders pattern. You have a test, and it falls back, and then you have another test, and it falls back, and then boom, it goes in the opposite direction. That doesn't mean anything to say, oh, it tested and it did, unless you have an underlying understanding of order flow. What does that mean? Because if all you're doing is looking for an engulfing candle pattern, or you're looking for a head and shoulders pattern, because they're non-existent, you'll be acting at the wrong time. Sometimes you'll get it right, and that's the problem. Look, 90% of the traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days. That's a statistic. Over 43 million client transactions from a large Forex broker. If 90% of the traders are failing, why are they failing? Because they're listening to this crap about setups and indicators and patterns and all this other stuff. The problem is that most folks shouldn't be trading Forex because you're looking for somebody else to shine the light. The shining of the light by someone who's knowledgeable sees other things than just where the light is shining. All you see as someone ignorant of that bigger picture, because either you don't want to do the work or nobody's bothered to tell you how to figure that out, all you see is where the light is shining. And so you're looking at your charts for that same pattern to appear. And you wonder why you're not successful. I'm just there to tell you why. I've got a bachelor's degree in physics, almost a minor in math. I've done a 40-year career in investment real estate. I've been a software engineer for 33 years, and I am retired because of my investing. When we're doing real estate, we don't look at setups. You, as the buyer of the real estate, have to be set up. I have to have good credit. I've got to have a certain amount of money as a down payment. I've got to have good banking references. I've got to have a pre-qualification order in hand. I've got to be aware of, there's a septic system. How old is that septic system, and what's the probability that in a certain amount of time, shortly after I purchase that house, that septic system is going to need to be replaced, or the roof, or the foundation, the painting on the sides of the building, your interior electrical wiring. These are all things that you need to know about the process. not just the setup of here's a house for sale, it's all set up for you to buy, all you have to do is pre-qualify and blah, 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 blah. You're missing the big picture. So when we're looking at Forex, what do? What are we supposed to do? Good question. At issue is something that I advise anyone who contacts me, and that's to learn how to trade. And what I usually get back is, how do I use a Bollinger Band? Or, what are your thoughts on an ATR being 14 period? Why shouldn't it be 22 period? Or, do you believe in a golden cross system, a moving average crossover system? What two moving average pairs would you use on a cross? Those are questions I can't answer because they are not relevant to trading. You know, if you were going to trade cars, that would make more sense to you as to how to go about doing that. But for some reason, you get into trading, and particularly in Forex trading, and all that goes out the window. You don't need me to tell you how to trade cars. I don't know anything about cars. Could I trade them? Yeah, I could trade them. Because I know how to trade. I can trade old tires. Because trading is trading. But a engulfing candle pattern or a flag pattern or a head and shoulders pattern or a setup of the blah, 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 blah type, that's not valid across trading vehicles, cars, houses, diamonds, currencies, stocks, options, commodities. Please do not listen to some of this education out there. Some of it is really good. Some of it will really help you. But for every one good source that you may find, there's going to be 20 more that are just ridiculous. They're more interested in showing you their Lambo and how they somehow lucked into taking a $10,000 account after failing 15 times, taking a $10,000 account at 200 to 1 and running it to six figures, and now they've got $300,000 or $400,000, so they're going to take $150,000 of that and they're going to buy a junk McLaren or something, and that's the trader lifestyle. No, it isn't. You know, that's like looking at some dumbass that won the lottery. Oh, this is how you live your life. This is how I won $10 million in the lottery. This is how you can do it. No, you can't do it. No. There are no Forex trade setups. There are only conditions where you as a trader need to be prepared, you need to be set up in order to take advantage of those conditions. So how can you be set up? How can you be prepared? That is the function of your trading plan. I'm not going to tell you how to do a trading plan in a 15-minute video. Do some research and look at the trading plan. But don't look at it the way most people are teaching how to build trading plans. This is what you do. No, that's not what you do. I'm sorry for being so negative about this. But I have so many people I feel so sorry for that contact me that just can't shake these bad concepts out of their mind in order to look with clarity at the market itself and to look within yourself as to who you are as a person and are you suited for trading currencies. Those folks that got into Forex with all the hype and stuff and they got blown out, you know where they're all now? They're in their graves after switching over to crypto and getting floated out. Why would you go to crypto? It has absolutely no basis of value at all. At this time, we're in mid-February of 2023. And all you do when you buy crypto is hope that there'll be somebody to buy it from you at a higher price. There's no foundation of value. There's no foundation of real order flow. There's no foundation to it at all, except hope and fear and greed. And the fact that some people got really lucky and became billionaires, that ain't you. You missed the train on that one. So, what are you going to do now? Well, look at all the guys that are out there that are teaching Forex, and they're diversifying their portfolio into other income streams. That's the kiss of death to me. That's a true idiot to me. They're taking their Forex profits that they're so magically enlightened to. Oh, they're going to teach you how to get riches in Forex. But what are they doing? They're buying real estate. Oh, my fucking word. You're going to get an average of 8% appreciation on your real estate plus your cash over cash. You may end up compounding it if you buy the real estate yourself at 20% a year or something like that. I did this for 40 years. I know what I'm talking about. But if you get involved in some big commercial real estate fund, you're not going to be making that. Sure, you can go in and maybe make 12% to start, but the guy on the other side of the coin didn't open that fund and manage that piece of property, not make anything, so you could make 12%. A person's not buying real estate unless they can make 12% out of the whole deal. And then whatever's left over, maybe they'll peel some of that off and give it to you. Be very wary of what you're told as to how to go about these types of trading and investment vehicles. There are no Forex trade setups. There are only conditions where you, as the trader, need to be prepared or set up in order to take advantage of those conditions. And so if you go through some of the other videos that are on my channel, this is what I talk about. I'm trying to peel the onion back. Not different onions, the same onion. Peel it back. Learn a little bit more. Learn a little bit more. And make it simple. All this other stuff, trying to see what somebody else's setup is and trying to duplicate that. The London Open, for God's sakes. There's still people teaching that. Because they don't know how to trade. They got lucky, they made a lot of money doing that, so that's what they're going to teach. And because they're making more money from their teaching and their chat groups and their signal services and all the other shit that they're doing, they don't have to trade. They don't have to experiment. They don't have to suffer the defeat that they would suffer if they really had to trade. They can just trade small account size. They might have $1 million. Oh, you trade at $10,000 account size or $20,000 account size, and you lose your bank every now and then cherry pick the trades that do win and say, see, the London Open still works. The Golden Cross is great. All you have to do is this, this, and this. Look at this engulfing candle pattern. I thought when I heard about it, I thought the engulfing candle pattern made a lot of sense because it dealt with order flow in the size relationship of the candle and what it was doing and its directional bias in relationship to the full trend of the price at that particular time, dependent on the time frame that you're looking at. Did you catch all that? But what I come to find out in listening to many people doing videos on trading the engulfing candle pattern and looking at books where I've got the charts right in front of me. Here's this engulfing candle pattern, and this is what I would do, and magically up the price goes, because that was what the pattern was telling them. So I look back in the chart and I go, well, here's an engulfing candle pattern, and here's another one. Why didn't they take that? Oh, because it didn't work. You can believe me or not, I don't care. I'm just having a good time doing my own trading, and I'm trying to help you the best that I can. But if you're going to send me an email and argue with me about discussing Bollinger Bands and why does this happen and why does that happen, and I get a sense that you really don't understand trading itself, you're going to feel that I don't give a shit or I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to constantly keep telling you the same thing. Learn how to trade. Learn how to trade. But where do you go to learn how to trade? That's the problem. Nobody wants to learn how, watch videos as to learn how to trade. They want the secret sauce. I hope that's not you. You can learn how to trade on your own. You don't need to pay somebody like me. It is far better to know how to trade than a whole series of what's to do, which are called setups. There are no Forex trade setups. There are only conditions where you as the trader need to be prepared. In other words, you're set up to take advantage of those conditions. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.